Raise your hand if you thought that Elyon would convert from a buy-to-play MMO to a free one before launching. Right, nobody thought that. MMO players were of the general opinion that this would launch as a paid title and would subsequently fail due to that business model. Well, that and pay to win, turns out that that is not going to be the case. If the game fails, it will not be due to it being a premium title. And while we are going to cover exactly how Kakao plans on compensating players who purchase the game in just a moment, I do want to note here that while they have not given a concrete reason as to their drastic change in direction, it is likely due to the number of copies sold, or lack thereof. It is no surprise that players are slowly catching on to Korean MMO practices. Black Desert was a premium title, so was Blast Online, so was Astelia Online. Each game sold less than the last, and Elyon is absolutely no different. Due to this, Kakao likely knows that they have to make a return on their investment, and a free business model is the only way that they can achieve that. Now, they made an official tweet and they went to redirect us on over to their official website that goes on to state, Elyon will now be free to play. It is clear that 2021 has been the year of the MMO, with an incredible lineup of titles in the genre set for release in the coming weeks and months, with some fantastic entries being released. Whilst we feel that Elyon can hold a unique and competitive place amongst them all, we also understand that the time investment required for any MMORPG is not necessarily compatible with an abundance of choice. Thus, after thoughtful consideration, our dedicated team has decided to make what we feel are necessary changes to our business model. One such change is transitioning Elyon to a free-to-play model, which means a delay, and we must get to work adjusting that model and some back-end systems. Thus, we will push the release of Elyon to October 20th. We'll also make good use of this time on some quality of life changes to the game based on the feedback that we received during our closed beta tests, including bugs identified with the launcher, various systems we intend to streamline, as well as other polishes and overall experience improvements. And I'm assuming here that the delay was also partly due to the fact that they did not want to compete with New World. Now, what about those of us who already pre-ordered? The game access in the base package will be replaced with 2,000 rubies, Elyon's paid in-game currency. Of course, anyone who made a purchase prior to this announcement will be able to request a refund. If after the upcoming changes to Elyon you were unhappy with your purchase, you can contact our customer support team and your request will be accepted and processed as quickly as possible. Although Kakao is honestly not really known for their rapid response to support tickets. So how will the packs work now? Since the vast majority of the value of the packages came from the additional items that were included, not much has actually been changed. The game access has been replaced with the 2,000 rubies of in-game currency, but all other benefits remain untouched and will remain available. This also means that we need to temporarily make purchases of the packages unavailable starting as of this announcement. We plan to reopen the website store on September 28th. It is likely that Steam will follow a different schedule. And then they posted an update stating the Wayfarer package will grant you the same 72-hour head start as it replaces the old base game. Now that it's free to play, does this mean you will be altering the cash shop? And you guys know what? It probably does. Even though they go on to state that that is not our intent. Not that they will not, just that that is not their overall intention initially, right this very moment. We also wish to note that our vision for the cash shop contained within Elyon has not changed, which isn't really all that reassuring because we all knew that the cash shop wasn't really going to be that good anyway. We hope this shift will bring in more players to build a healthier community for Elyon. And honestly, since this is launching as a free title, this is no doubt going to bring in hundreds of thousands of players. How long those hundreds of thousands of players will ultimately stick around remains to be seen though. What about the head start? The idea behind the tiered head start was to introduce players to the game in waves rather than have an overly crowded launch. However, after listening to feedback from the community, we've decided to give everyone the full 72-hour head start as long as they make any purchase prior to release. Again, since we're making changes to the products we advertised, we'll be giving additional rubies as compensation to those who already made their purchase prior to this announcement. Then they went and posted an update. This means that if you pre-ordered the base game, now the Wayfarer package, you will start your Elyon adventure with 2,000 rubies. You'll still get 1,000 additional rubies if you pre-ordered the expansion package, and 2,000 additional rubies if you pre-ordered the expedition package. Besides that, you will receive an additional 1,000 rubies to your total if you pre-ordered either one of them. You'll receive an extra 2,000 rubies if you pre-ordered both packages. To summarize, you can just look at that picture right there because I don't want to read through that. To those eager to start playing, while this was not an easy decision, it was a very easy decision as soon as Kakao learned how little people actually went about pre-ordering the game. We feel it is ultimately the correct one. For anyone disappointed, particularly those who pre-ordered or marked time off their calendar to dive into Elyon this September, which, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, here's probably really not many people. We deeply regret causing this disruption to you. We hope you understand our intention is to bring you the very best Elyon possibly can. In the meantime, we will be far from radio silent. In fact, expect us to run some fun events and streams leading up to launch. We'd be thrilled if you joined us in participating in those when we announce details. Please keep an eye on our social channels or just come hang out with us on Discord. Now, honestly, I'm genuinely shocked that this game went free to play. I thought somewhere down the line the game would go free to play after remaining a premium title for an extended period of time, but it turns out people were just not very interested in forking out the money for the game, and therefore they had to quickly turn things around, change the entire business model, and therefore the direction of the game. But I mean, for all those people that were excited to play Elyon but weren't going to be able to because it had that premium buy-in, you're now going to be able to. And I mentioned in my previous Elyon videos that I really enjoyed the combat. The graphical style is pretty good. There are optimization issues, sure. If you guys want a full rundown of MMOByte and my experiences throughout maybe 20, maybe 30 hours of both beta tests, then we have videos of that up on the channel. Otherwise, you guys are going to be able to get into the game on October 20th or October 17th with the head start.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make it.